Hello to all the Capricorns. Hello and welcome to your horoscope for December 2012. In general, for Capricorn. What is going on for the Capricorns? Well, for all the cardinal signs, there is a lot going on, especially the last week. The last 10 days of the month, there is a lot of stuff going on for Capricorns. And why is that? Well, let's get started with the things that are a bit less important, and then I can talk about this real deep stuff that is going on for you Capricorns. First of all, of course, your ruler Saturn is still in Scorpio, so that will be for a long time. And Scorpio sextiles your sign, so that is really good. So that should be in your 11th house, so working with your aspirations and with long-term goals should be at a background. I talked about that in other videos of the monthly horoscopes as well. Now, for Mercury and Venus, Mercury, you know, the planet of the communication, and Venus, the planet of harmony and diplomacy and balance, is for most of the month in your 12th house. And that is just the house before your sign of Capricorn. This shows, or this reflects, that there is a lot going on underneath, and there is a lot going on behind the surface. And it is as if you're not working hard, but you are working hard on your inner self. With Mercury in the 12th house, it is really about things that are, the 12th house is about your unconsciousness and things that are hidden. And with Mercury in there, it's your thinking. So you're going to think maybe behind the scenes, but you're also going to think about stuff that is really not always clear for you, but it will be cleared up at the end of the month. So that is really something to look forward to. And the same with Venus. Venus is also in that 12th house, which is actually a Piscean house. So it's a house of letting go. It is a house of, you know, having no boundaries. And with Venus in there, on one level it can mean that there is really, especially with also Mercury there, it could mean that there is really a tendency or an intention of unconditional love. And it may sound wow. And especially, I know you Capricorns want to be down to earth, but what I mean is that there is a bigger understanding of people, and that's always a good thing. That is because you are understanding yourself way better, and of course that has a bearing on other people around you, and they kind of benefit from that. So you are a bit less hard than you normally are, I guess, with these two planets in the 12th house. On another level, it could also mean that because Mercury rules your 9th house, it could also mean that you are really tapping into visions that you've got, and you really want to make them happen. Could also be the case, and you're planning them. Still on another level, it could mean, because Mercury is also ruling your 6th house of day-to-day work, it could mean that you're also planning to do some shifts in there. But again, on the background, because it's in that 12th house. So that is all very much working on the inner you, behind the scenes. So other people might not see that, but it could mean also that you need a bit of time out, and you need a bit of time on your own, and that's fine. Now, that is things that are going on all in the background, but now the most important stuff that I want to talk about is, of course, again, that Pluto-Uranus square. Now, for a cardinal sign like Capricorn, it is so important, and it's going to be triggered again this month, in a very good way, actually, and in a very real way. And I know Capricorns really do prefer reality. They want to know how things are working, and they want to know the truth about that. Now, what is going on for most of the month, Mars is in your sign. It's a kind of a new birth when it considers the actions that you're gonna take. So take advantage of that, because most of the month Mars will still be in your sign. And Mars is in its exaltation. It really likes Capricorn. Actually, Mars in Capricorn is known as the symbol of the hard worker, you know, working very hard, and as it is in your first house, working very hard on you, working actually really trying to work very hard on yourself in order to next month, January, to show what you're all about, basically. Now, this building up of that Pluto-Uranus square is around the 20th until the end of the month. And why is it important? Because now the trigger is actually the moon, and the moon is the ruler of your 7th house, so that other person. And around the 28th of December, but it's a building up, so you might feel it a bit a couple of days before, a couple of days after that. It is really building up of this square that is happening, and also your sign is concerned. Why? It's a full moon. So the moon is in Cancer at 7 degrees, and it's opposing Pluto in your sign and the Sun in your sign at 7 degrees. And it's all squaring up to Uranus in Aries, which is in your 4th house. So that's a pretty big deal. And it is really a kind of a culmination. So for all the cardinal signs, and especially for your sign, it's a culmination around that period. So expect that probably all the work that you will have done in the beginning of the month will now show its fruits, and you will benefit from it. And there will be a culmination, maybe a culmination that has to do with that other person who's very close to you, or if you're not having a relationship, maybe someone new is coming in, and it's going to be a Cancerian like person, so someone who's quite the opposite from you, but complementary to you. And it also considers so all key areas of your life, which is also your 4th house. And the 4th house is about your roots, and Uranus is in there. So you're actually going, a lot of Capricorns, especially if you have an ascendant or a personal planet around 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 degrees of Capricorn, there you really are involved in this huge transformation. And people take very easily the word of change in their mouth, but you know, you can change your day-to-day routines, or you can change the color of your hair. But what I'm talking about is really deep changes, and changes that when they occur, they change all areas of your life, or probably most of all the areas of your life. So the key areas like work, relationships, yourself, and your core, your inner reality. So all of that is very much coming to a culmination towards the end of the year, around the Christmas time. So that is something to look forward to, because you're going to take a big step around the end of the year, and especially around the 28th, because, and that's towards the new year, actually, you are definitely taking a big step forwards, because sometimes we feel we're taking a step forwards and 2 steps behind, and so on and so on, but now it's a huge step forward, not without its challenges. So you're probably going to resist in a way, but I think especially if you're already used to this Pluto-Uranus energy, you're going to benefit from it, and you're going to understand that some things in your life really have to change on a very deep level, starting with you, because Pluto is with you. You breathe Pluto with every breath you're taking, so it means that there is a need for change. It's time. You can't wait anymore. You can't keep it away from others. You can't keep it away from yourself, and it's good, because then you can go on another level, and on a more real level, because Pluto is all about you becoming more true to yourself, basically. So that is a huge opportunity. And it's funny that it is happening all around Christmas time and all around the end of the year. So really, it's almost as if the planets are saying, look, Capricorn, you've worked really hard. And for those who have worked hard, they will have this kind of a present. So a lot of Capricorns will receive presents also literally, but I'm not only talking about the literal part of things. So very exciting and interesting period for Capricorns. And what else is going on? Of course, the sun is in your sign also the last week, the last couple of days of the month. So this is really a refreshment. So not all the masculine planets are in your sign. So the sun is in your sign, and also Mars is for a great deal of the month in your sign, which means it's a time to step forward. It means, you know, the masculine planets means action, means ego, means identity. It's a good time to start something new for Capricorns. It's a good time to launch yourself again, especially with Mars in your sign. It's a good time to show yourself out there. Now you are confident enough to do it. So let's just check if I haven't forgotten anything. I don't think I have. No, not really. I think that's basically it. It's a bit of an emphasis on the end of the month, but that doesn't mean to say that with that work that you're doing in the 12th house during the first weeks of the month, with a bit of confusion every now and then, but don't bother that. That there will be a little bit of confusion because Neptune is in your 3rd house, the house of communication. So it could mean that in the beginning of the month, Neptune is squaring up to Mercury and Venus in your 12th house. It can be a bit of, you know, communication misunderstandings, but I don't think it will be that important for you Capricorns. It only means that you just have to be a little bit careful with your intentions. But I think most Capricorns, they think before they do. So keep on doing that. Besides from that, I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Happy New Year. All of the good wishes coming true for next year. And see you next month. Bye bye, Capricorns. Bye bye.